sat out the second half of the last game. Are you feeling pretty normal, or?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I mean, we was just being cautious. You know, it's just a little tightness. These are exhibition games. I want to be ready for Rio. So it's a day-to-day thing. We're just going to manage it. Nothing too serious. It was just, you know, just being cautious of the calf.
Do you intend on playing tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it's 50-50, you know, depending on how this practice goes today and how I feel today. Again, you know, the goal is to get me ready and be ready for Rio. We're coming together. Again, this is really first time practicing since Vegas. And, you know, we're doing things instinctively on the court. We just got to have a great feel for one another out there. So the game is coming easily. I don't think the games are easy, but the games are coming easy for us. You know, we're just doing a great job of just gelling together. It's been great. It's been great. This is a great journey. You know, a lot of the guys have talked about, you know, being on prior or being on, you know, Olympic teams prior to this, and you know, from them they're saying this is the closest team that they've been on, and you feel it. You know, everybody's close. Everybody's gelling. We're all having a good time together. It just makes this trip so much more sweet. No, I think I've kind of gotten close with almost all of them. You know, we've been together for so long already now that, you know, it feels like we've been teammates for years. That's just what kind of, you know, vibe this team has been. I think I've taken that approach personally, wanting to guard and be a defensive guy. You know, we got so many scores on this team. Game's gonna come easy offensively. I think defense is where, you know, if I do my job and shut down their best player, you know, our chances are going to go skyrocketing.
What are the things you're looking forward to in Brazil and some of the nuances of that?
Really, it's just being an American. You know, watching all the other athletes compete in their sports. That's really, to be honest, the most I'm looking forward to. This is obviously going to be a great accomplishment and something that I wanted to do since a kid, but you know, I think just going over there and supporting, you know, other athletes in their sports, other Americans in their sports is what I'm looking forward to. You know, just being around, you know, these guys, it forces you to up your level of play. And then you just think about taking that to your team and the confidence that playing on this team gives you. You want to dish that out, and you want to bring that into your teams. I think that's really where guys get better at, is just, you know, you're playing with such high level guys all summer that it just elevates your game. And once you find that you can play at a certain level, you see the ceiling. You know, I'm doing things that I would never do, crashing rebounds, and, just playing at a high level. I think that's something that I can continue to take on, and that'll add to my game going to Indiana. Yeah. Miles looked good. Miles looked really good. I think the whole talk around that camp was, man, you got a good one, and that's coming from all the guys on my you know, Olympic team. You know, everybody was just raving of how good, you know, Miles is, and you know, how lucky we are to have him. So you know, he's got the respect. He's earned the respect of, you know, the veterans, of the peers. You know, and he's gonna be good. You know, he's got it down now. He loves to work. To be honest, I'm happy to be there with him.
How do you think that experience will help him next season too?
He'll get better. You know, I think I definitely, you know, took a lot of strides when I played with the select team. It was just a confidence booster. You know, night in or day in and day out, going against the best guys in the NBA. You know, you learn from them. You know, and I think he's built that confidence with that group that he was with. You know, that he's one of the up-and-coming talents, and he's one of the best up-and-coming talents. I think Larry and them have expressed how bad they want to get back to it by these moves this off season. You know, I'm looking forward to getting us back there. You know, like I always say, it's on me now. So I'm looking forward to the season and looking forward to the guys that I got around me.
You took on a leadership role in the playoffs. Specifically, I remember that. Do you feel like this is being the only guy left that it sort of forces you into being even a more leader, more vocal guy? I know you were sort of trying to understand how to navigate that last year. Do you feel like that's probably
Yeah.
the next step in your progression?
Yeah, I think, last season has built me and prepared me for now, being alone. Again, I've been molded all the way up until this point with having, great veterans, great guys around me. Now this is my solo opportunity of really being the leader and really being the locker room, voice. Looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. This is my chance. We're gonna make the heck out of it. I'm still young, and I can carry a team, I feel. So I'm glad he's not letting me waste years. He's putting talent around me to help me get to what we all wanted to accomplish, and that's a championship.
Look up and down the East. Do you think that this guy is stronger, or you see more?
I definitely got stronger. I think by far the East is team-wise is stronger than the West is right now. I think 1 through 10 has a legitimate shot, of being contenders.